Hello, my name is Karbusami. I'm going to be explaining my 7th lab experiment on C Sharp. So this experiment is about creating a Windows form application. So we're going to create this application for an address book. So that's my program. So what we're going to do is we have to add database connectivity, and we have to use functions such as insert, update data, and search. And then we have to display all these records using a grid view. And then we have to have login pages to log in as an admin or an user. So that's the program. So now let's take a look at the program. Uh, so this is the program. So the program will start always will start with the main program. So this is the main program, and inside the main function it will be saying application.run, and it will give a object of a form that will be initially started. So the form that initially starts is form 2. So now let's take a look at the form 2's design. So the form 2's design is over here. So we are having a label, and then we have a label for username, a label for password, and then we have edit text for username, edit text for password, and then a checkbox for admin. So after entering all these values, we have to check if it's an admin. We have to uncheck if it's not an admin, and then we have to log in. And once we log in, we'll be going to the next form. And the next form is form 3, which is username and password. So once we log in as an admin, we'll be able to enter the username and password for a new user. And once we click add, the user will be entered, and if we click delete, the user will be deleted. And after that, we can close this tab and then go back to this main page. And after this coming to this main form, we'll be able to log in again as a normal user and not as an admin. And when we log in as an admin, normal user, we'll be able to access the address book, and we'll be able to see all the reviews. And now let's take a look at the code for form 2. So the code for form 2 is over here. So as you can see, I've given us textbook.text is equal to Kanna. So when the admin's name is always Kanna, so on clicking the button, it will check if the name in the first text box is Kanna and the password is Angel. And if that's the case, we'll be creating a form for the an object for the form 3, and then we'll be starting this form 3. And if that's not the case, we'll be just showing a message box saying the password or the username is invalid. If that's not the case, if the password is if the checkbox is not checked, if this is a normal user, we'll be logging in as that user, and we'll be able to we'll initially be using the SQL command for selecting username, password from the login, and then we'll be executing it using the execute reader, and then finally we'll get all the readers, and then we'll be using this to populate our data grid, and then we'll be setting CO as true, and if CO is true, we'll be moving to the form 1. So the form 1 is over here, so this one. So once we move to the form 1, we'll be able to add or update an address book. If that's not the case, we'll be showing invalid username or password and contact the admin for sign up. So this is the purpose of the form 2, and now let me explain this form 3. So this is the form 3 will be accessed only by the admin. So now let's take a look at this. So here there's an option of adding and deleting. So for adding, we'll be using insert into table name, and then user password, and then we're using values at U and P. So U and P should be added as a parameter using parameters.add function. So once we use it, and this is a non-query because it doesn't return any values from the table, so we'll be using execute non-query function. And once we use this, we'll be using a SQL adapter, and then we'll be setting this adapter to the data grid view, so that we'll be able to see all the users we just added. And if we have to delete, it will be the same thing, but we'll be using the delete from login, where your username is equal to something. So the SQL command alone varies, and the final one is form 2, and for form 2 the design is this. For form 1 the design is this, So we'll have name, address, phone number, and for update name. So in case we have to update something, we'll be giving this and then the address and the phone number, and we'll be clicking update. And every time we have to refresh it, we'll be using view. So the view will be containing the data bind function. So now let's take a look at the code for it. So as you can see, this is the first button for inserting the value. So this is the first button. So this is the button one click. So this is the event handler. For this, we'll be using the insert into address book, name, address, phone number, and values as n, r, and x. And we'll be using the parameter.add function to add n, r, and x. So the parameters are the identifier, the type of the data, and then whether it's a signed integer or a varchar or something, and then the name of the column in the table, and then its value. So this is for adding, and then the next one is for just displaying it in the grid view, and then the next one, this is for searching, and then the next one is for updating. So updating, we will get the name from the update from the for update name. So that is where we'll be using it. And then finally we'll be using the button 5. So the button 5 is for searching some values. So we'll be selecting address and phone number from the address book where the user has given a name. So now let's run this program. So the admin's name is Kanna, the password is Angel, and then I'm logging in as admin. So I've already added a person named Kanna, so I'll add another person named Karpasani, and the password is Kanna, and I'm adding it. Now I'm again going back to the main page, and then now I'm going to be logging in as a normal user. I'm going to be logging in as Kanna, and then I'm logging in now. And as you can see, we can enter some values. I'm going to enter Kanna, the address or something, and then the phone number or something, and then we're gonna insert it. So now it says successfully added. So we'll be using view for refreshing it, and now for updating we'll give sorry, I was in issue. So now let's run it again. Yes. So I'm logging in as Kanna again. Okay, so now I'm gonna be deleting this person named Kanna. So I'm clicking delete. Now it will be deleted. Now we'll be refreshing it using view, and again it has been deleted. So for searching, we'll add a person again named Kanna, and then the phone number. Now I'm gonna insert it. So it has been successfully added. I'm gonna be viewing it, and then now I'm gonna be searching the name. So for that I'll enter it here, and then click search, and as you can see the address and the phone number is been displayed. So that's it for the program. Thank you for watching.